Reforming the European Union to favour growth and jobs is the political challenge to be met by the EPP Group in the European Parliament during the next parliamentary term. Its newly elected members, along with Prime Ministers, Ministers and Commissioners, met here in southern Portugal to set the agenda, which can be found in this three-page document. The new chairman of the EPP Group, Manfred Weber, opened the meeting thanking the Portuguese delegation for organizing the meeting and defined immediately the line to take, sorting out as soon as possible the issue of the new Commission President and tackling the reform of the Union are the top priorities.
The most important question is growth and competitiveness all over Europe, because we are in a global competition, and that means to strengthen our competitiveness is the most important job to do. And therefore we have in our mind research, the development of rural areas, the investments from European Union, 350 billion euros we have in the budget in the next years to invest in the rural areas. So, and the next important question is the single market, about developing the single market. We have to think about the social dimension of Europe, not only talking about money, not only talking about the deficit and budgets. We have to talk about the situation of the people.
Do you feel confident and optimistic that Jean-Claude Juncker, the EPP candidate for the Commission President, will be the right choice?
Everybody wants to have a democratic European Union, a European Union which is closer to the citizens. And we as EPP, we proposed at the beginning of the election campaign Jean-Claude Juncker as our candidate for Commission President, and we have to keep our promise.
The Prime Ministers of Portugal, Greece and Finland, as well as the Deputy Prime Minister of the host country, attended the meeting, presenting their opinions on what the future shape of the European Union should look like.
We have a real problem of trust and confidence on institutions. We must care about fidelity and coherence between what we have said and what we are going to do. That means, in my opinion, that if we stand for Jean-Claude Juncker before the election, we have to stand for Jean-Claude Juncker after the election.
For next coming years, we should emphasize more substantial issues than institutional issues. Because the world around us is changing, the EU must be changed and the structure must be changed. The European Union needs more integration in some particular area because it is the way to create market and give opportunity for better economic growth.
We must prepare ourselves to win the competitiveness battle on a worldwide level. And to do so, we cannot rely on labor costs alone. True, we must keep our labor costs in line with productivity gains. But this means we should accelerate productivity gains, not keep suppressing wages forever. After all, we're democratic societies, and democracies provide prosperity and opportunities. Democracies can take austerity measures, if necessary, at any point in time, but democracies cannot survive by suppressing wages and salaries all the time. They must rather provide for growth opportunities.
We are the European Party that stands for reform and a better future. We are the European Party that is not afraid of dealing with problems, that doesn't hide behind pure fantasies or ideological delusions. We have a duty before our peoples to build our common future now, not to delay, not to close our eyes, not to shy away from big decisions. This will be our best response to populism, to false promises, to the critics of the European project. We have a duty to open a new stage in our common history, so that when our children look back on this period, no one will say that we did not do what should have been done. Thank you very much, and a good dinner.
Wolfgang Schäuble, the German finance minister, one of the prominent defenders of the euro during the crisis, underlined the importance of strengthening the European democratic institutions.
I had a discussion with my British friend George Osborne, and I asked him who who was it in Europe history who invented the rule of modern parliaments? I think it was you Brits who did it. And did you remember whenever there was a struggle between parliament and governance? Who succeeded? Don't forget, don't forget. Therefore, having in mind the clear majority for European integration in the European Parliament and to use the momentum in strengthening the role of Parliament and strengthening the role of institutions.
The EPP Group has elected its leadership and set the agenda for the next parliamentary term. Now, heads of states and government are expected to propose the new Commission President, who will be approved or not by the European Parliament mid-July. This depends on whether EU leaders will follow the wishes expressed by citizens in the elections won by the EPP. It seems that despite resistance from the United Kingdom, Jean-Claude Juncker, the candidate of the EPP, still has the best chance of leading the Commission. For an update on this and other European Parliament stories, please follow our website.